Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new day of Road to TC World 2019. I know this is not the usual content that I feature, but I'm still in Brazil. I just won the Sao Paulo Regional Championship, which had over 500 masters. Out of all the events that happened this weekend, I believe that was the largest one, as well as being the largest ever Latin American regional. So pretty happy with that. The list I ended up using is the one you can see above here. Thank you so much to Proxy Croak for providing such a very neat and very nice format for laying out the deck. I figured this was a little bit better than PCGO. PCGO is also not working properly for me right here in the hotel Wi-Fi, so that is a bit of a problem. So yeah. Champion with RESHIRAM Charizard. Super happy about it. The deck worked out pretty nicely. In the beginning, and the list I showed on YouTube, like it had a lot more text, which obviously are good, right? But I didn't know what the meta was going to be like. So I wasn't sure which text would be worth it or not. So I figured for Jirachi, for Kiawe, for Welder was probably the best chance I had at making sure that I would set up, that I would get that tournament Kiawe, which is so key. And basically, you win so many games in which you turn one Kiawe that why not maximize the chances of that happening, right? I mean, in order to really maximize, should probably be playing like extra Lele's, extra Detenes, but I also don't want to start with them. So my best start is Jirachi. I have Ultra Volts. This was like the middle ground between hyper consistency, but also making sure that I was setting up. It's not too far off from the list I featured, the very first list that I featured on YouTube, which was a 2-hour long video. You can watch it on my channel. We were on a really hot 12-game win streak. One of them should have been a loss, but I was getting familiarized with the deck, and since that day, RESHIRAM Charizard was in the back of my mind, as in, this deck dominated in Japan. You just played it. I've been playing it for the last 3 weeks since it was available on PCGO. Why not, right? It's the first tournament. There's no metagame. This is just a ridiculously strong card. Why not play the ridiculously strong card? And it ended up working out. For those of you who have seen my posts on social media, you will know that, or you will have seen how some of my games went. I figured I could go a little bit more in depth with some of them. I'm not too great at remembering a lot of details. First, I did want to show the trophy. Yeah, the very nice champion trophy. Super happy I got this. The last regional I won was back in Vancouver in October 2017. So right now it's May 2019. So it's been a while. In between that, I did get third place, or top 4 rather, at 2 different championships. One was Memphis, the other was Collinsville. Both their biggest in their respective sizes. I honestly think I could have easily won both. Like when you go back and watch my top 4 match against Michael Pramawat, me having Buzzle, GX Lycanroc versus Azoric with no Psychic Text. That matchup should have been, or was, really favorable. I just ended up whiffing the key cards at the key moments. And then more recently in Collinsville back in February against Daniel Altavilla, I made a huge misplay in game 1, benching a Jirachi when I had no need. I was also unfamiliar with their list. I didn't know their choice band count. If I had known that, I actually would have won game 1, and then who knows what would have happened. I did break game 3, which was unfortunate, but it happens, and now finally we got another win. 2018 was a year to forget for me, honestly, but 2019 has been working out pretty nicely, and especially since the tag teams got released. I went full on Pigrom for pretty much every single tournament during that quarter, and then now we're on to Reshisard. I'm not sure I'm going to be using Reshisard for the whole quarter like I did with Pigrom, but definitely made a really good statement for me to keep using the deck, right? So I did end up playing, there were over 500 masters, as I mentioned. On day 1, I ended up playing against 6 mirror matches, yeah, which is insane. RESHIRAM Charizard was the most popular deck, but playing against 6 mirror matches is actually a really high number. So round 1 I played against a RESHIRAM that had Kiawe, and I won both games back to back. Round 2 I played against a Green's Exploration based RESHIRAM. I won both games back to back. Round 3 I got my first loss against a Seal Valley Landers deck. This Seal Valley did play the water discs, which made it really tough. It also played Marshadow and Machamp GX. It played Fighting Dojo, and the Lander snipes were really what got me. Like, the Lander sniping always meant that I was pretty much in range of Seal Valley's regular attack with the water disc, and Marshadow and Machamp GX was also able to use its GX attack to finish me off in the third game. To be fair, I did miss Kiawe on turn 1 and turn 2 in that particular game 3, so that really set me far behind. That was my first loss on the tournament. So I was 2-1 at that point, and I played against RESHIRAM with Kiawe once again, where I lost the first game, and then I ended up winning back-to-back the other 2. This guy, I believe, had Salazzle as well as Jirachi, so a lot of support there. Next round, I played against a Zoroark Persian Slowking deck, but they only had 1-1 Slowking with the Ditto. This guy was Benjamin, who is a direct competitor of the top 8 Latin America. I don't think I had ever talked to him. He's a really cool guy. Had a good match. I won both games where I was just able to overwhelm him with pressure, and he was never able to get the Slowking out. He never had the right combination of pieces, so it ended up working out very nicely for me. Round 6, I played against another RESHIRAM Kiawe, where I won back-to-back both games. Round 7 was the same. RESHIRAM Kiawe back-to-back wins, and at that point I was 6-1, so I was pretty much guaranteed day 2 unless I decided to play the next 2 rounds and lose. Round 8, I faced against another direct top 8 competitor of Latin America for day 2, Otavio Gouveia, another really nice guy. I actually roomed with his dad for this tournament. I won the flip, so I was pretty confident in taking another win, but I missed the turn 1 Kiawe. I did have Kiawe. I shoved Kiawe onto Turtonator. What I actually ended up whiffing was the RESHIRAM. If I had Kiawe onto Turtonator, I probably would have been fine, but I was stubborn. I just weldered that turn, and then he was able to get the Kiawe plus energy onto the RESHIRAM, and then he was able to get the first KO, and that was pretty much it. I lost the first game, then I won the second game where I went first and I got the Kiawe, and then I lost the third game where I went second. He got the Kiawe, I got the Kiawe, but he got the Guzman. That was it. RESHIRAM mirrors are pretty straightforward, in my opinion. Finding a tech for that could be decent. Yeah, so round 9, I'm at 6-2, and then I get paired against another direct top 8 competitor for Latin America, and we just ID. Yeah, I was thinking in my mind, well, I already have my 8 best finish limit. If I really want to get points and make this tournament more worthwhile, maybe I should just play it out, because not only am I eliminating a direct competitor from day 2, which is great because he doesn't get as many points, but I'm also getting closer to getting a higher amount of points. But in the end, once again, I hadn't met Joao, really cool guy, and I figured, now let's both just play day 2, let's be happy. It is a pretty long trip for me down here to Brazil, so why deny myself the chance at another full day of Pokemon? And so 6-1 going into day 2. There were 52 players playing in day 2. And around 10 I get paired against the finalist of the previous Brazilian regional in Fortaleza, I believe, Dalton. Once again, really nice guy. He was playing Pigrom, and I beat him 2-0. Then round 11 I got paired against Vileplume. The deck I featured that day on Sunday, or my Vileplume deck that I featured on YouTube, not mine, yeah, but the Vileplume deck that I featured on YouTube, either that day or the day before, I was playing against that. So I knew that I had no odds to Vileplume if or when he set it up. I knew just losing was the way to win for me, trying to get him with let loses in 2 out of the 3 games. And then that's exactly what happened. Game 1 I went first, I Kiawed. He had an Oddish, he had to bench a Buzzle for Hermosa, and then I was able to KO 3 Oddishes and then clean up the last Buzzle for Hermosa for game. And the double let loose always meant that he never was able to get greens in order to evolve into the Vileplume by searching for Rare Candy and Ultra Ball. Game 2 is a little bit more of the same, except this time he was always able to bench double Oddish, but I was able to KO all 4 Oddishes before they became Vileplume. So it ended up working out nicely for me, but super lucky there, not gonna lie. One Stealthy Hood probably would have just made that another win instead of another loss, but I ended up winning, and I was pretty happy with that because I figured, okay, going into day 2, there's quite a few Weezing, there's Vileplume, there's a few Quagnecks as well, so I'm probably going to face at least one auto loss or a really bad matchup. So I really need to accept that loss, but I need to win the other 4 in order to make day 2. In order to make top 8 rather. And I had just beaten the first auto loss I faced, so that was really good. Round 12 I faced off against another Reshirzard Kiawe that was actually streamed. If you guys are interested, I can leave the link for you guys here, so you can check it out. That round, and then my top 8, my top 4, and the final matches were also streamed. You guys can definitely check them out on YouTube. If you want to, I'll try to ask the person that has the video for the footage, see if I can upload it myself to my own channel. I won game 1 because I went first. He won game 2, he went first. I won game 3 because I went first. Yeah, it's all about the pressure you apply. Game 1 was a bit complicated for me because I had to discard an early Guzma off of an Acrobike. I do remember that. And then I had to use another Guzma and then another Guzma. So my last Guzma was not used to close out the game, but it delayed him to the point where I attacked into a RESHIRAM Charizard, and I knew that he had to retreat it to heal or start using something else, and he didn't really have the bench space to use something else. So those turns he ended up trying to heal, were what let me just take a couple other KOs. And then round 13 I faced a stall deck that was basically I had to win an inst to top 8. This was the first one. My opponent got super unlucky. I went first game 1, I Kiawed. He only had one basic Pokemon, he Stevensed. I switched and got a KO. And then game 2 he went first. He started Togalo Prism once again. He also had Giraffe Egg. All he did was draw pass or attached a Metal Frying Pan, I believe. I was able to Welder and get a KO on turn 1, and then he top decked something useless, and then I just won immediately. So ended up working out pretty nicely for me. I went 8-1 on day 2 just to make day 2. Then I ID'd my last round against whom would be my finals opponent, Alejo, with Zoark Persian with a 1-1 Slowking and 1 Ditto. And then top 8 I faced against Gustavo Wada. He is a top 8 Latin America competitor, but he has over 2,000 championship points, so I'm basically not competing with him. If there's one person who has guaranteed his spot in top 8 for Latin America, which is actually closer than you'd imagine, it's him. Obviously, because he's been doing immensely this season, especially at internationals. He was playing Zoark Dugong with Silvally, but he had, or from what I could tell, he didn't have any water discs for Silvally, and he didn't have Slowking. So honestly, the matchup was just very straightforward, and my Reshirams were getting 3-shotted, and that just loses you the game, right? Especially if I ever get a KO on a GX, then my one Reshizard is taking 4 prizes, and that's probably game. Top 4 was against another Brazilian player. He was playing Zoark, Lycanroc with 1-1 Slowking, but once again, the mixture of energies between the unit energies and the triple acceleration and the DCs made it a bit clunkier, I would say, and so I was able to take the wins back to back. So far, I was 14-1 on the day, feeling super confident. And then finally, against Alejo, we finally got to play. He had Zoark Persian, 2-2 Persian line. I went first, I believe, on game 1. No, actually, I think he went first on game 1, but I was able to take that by killing the first Ditto and then the Slowpoke. No threat of Slowking. Game 2, which looked like he was dead drawing from the Marshadow, he was actually holding every perfect hand, every perfect card. At the point where he was able to return KO my Charizard with Slowking, I actually had a switch in my hand, and I was debating on using the switch into Jirachi to search for a Guzma to try and pick up the Slowpoke, and that probably would have been game. But for whatever reason, I decided not to do that. I was feeling overconfident, I guess. And then my opponent was just able to return KO and overwhelm me from there. So I got punished for getting a bit too confident. And then finally, game 3, you all saw what happened. Well, I imagine a lot of you saw the finals. I was able to go first. I got a pretty solid start. Made sure I KO'd the Ditto. and then he got a return KO with a Slowking, but then I very luckily top decked a Welder because I misplayed by attaching 4 energies to my Regishard, meaning he only needed Slowking and triple acceleration to return KO rather than Slowking, triple acceleration, and choice band. So I made that mistake. It almost cost me, but then I top decked the Welder. I was able to Welder into a new Regishard. I GX KO'd the Slowking, and then it went downhill from there. He had a win condition in that last turn where if he had found Stretcher, he could have Pulpatted the Guzma back, and then Stretcher for a Persian, and then Guzma for the Late for the Guzma, and then use Persian to search for the triple acceleration energy and just KO my Lele for the game. But it ended up, he didn't have everything that turn. He did have the Pulpat, he did have the Lele, but he didn't have the Stretcher for a Persian. So that's why I KO'd the Persian last turn, to make sure that he didn't have direct search, but rather he only had traits, which is random draw, which was better for me. And I ended up winning, which was really, really awesome. Felt really nice to win the championship. I've been heavily criticized in many times by other Latin American players, especially after what happened in Brazil at the International, where I forgot to write down my supporters. So it honestly felt really good to actually win the tournament. Thank you so much to everyone who has sent me supportive messages, who has been congratulating me. I really do appreciate it, guys. I know the haters are a minority, but sometimes they are louder than everyone else. But definitely after I posted my win and whatnot, everyone was, or the support has been amazing. This win is for all of you. It was due. I feel like it was a long time coming. It was a long time due, and I'm really happy. Yeah, I'm really happy. I hope you guys are happy. My birthday is also next Saturday. I'm still here in Brazil for a wedding, so it's going to be a great week. I won't be able to stream this week. The internet just can't handle it, but I'll try to make sure there's daily uploads for the week. And yeah, just overall pretty happy. I really appreciate the support, and I wanted to tell you guys a little bit more about my tournament. Thank you so much for the support, guys. And also, I actually, give me 1 second. For whatever reason, here in Brazil, when you make top 8 at a tournament, they give you a top 8 mat. Yeah, and then because I won, I also got the champion mat. Yeah, so actually, what I wanted to do is, if you guys have seen all the way here, yeah, you guys can see this is the extra top 8 mat that I have from Sao Paulo Regionals. I want to give this away. Yeah, I can sign it for you, or I cannot, whatever you want. But I'll very happily, yeah, give it away. It is an extra mat. I will keep the champion one. I do enjoy keeping the mats that are like good memories, but this top 8 one, definitely an extra one. I would like to give it to one of you. I wish I could give one to each of you, but I can't. I would love to give that mat to any of you who are watching. So all you need to do, I can't check if you're subscribed or if you like the video. I would really appreciate it if you do both of those things, but just leave a comment. Yeah, any comment will do. That will immediately make you or enter you into the giveaway. Everyone will have the same chance. Even if you comment twice, it'll only count as one entry. So leave a comment and I will pick one winner by the end of the month, by 31st of May, and wherever you are in the world, I will make sure the playmat gets to you. Actually, comment with, well, no, I will make a video announcing the winner, and then please, the winner, contact me on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, so we can arrange the shipment of the playmat. Yeah, but yeah, that's gonna be it, guys. Giving this away. Really appreciate the support. I hope you guys enjoyed this quick mini report, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye-bye.